2 defeats, a bruised Liverpool, and a massive test at Stamford Bridge. But this is exactly why I think that today's match could completely flip the story. So, yeah, there was this painful 2 defeats and the last one in Turkey away at Galatasaray. But I still believe that we can remain optimistic. So I'm going to break down some of the red flags that there are, and we're going to look at some of the positives and why I believe we can still remain optimistic that Liverpool will bounce back. Arne Slot was pretty honest in that press conference. The squad is stretched. We've had a lot of games in a short space of time, and players like Mo Salah and Wirtz haven't been firing at their best. And add to that, injuries to key players, and you start to worry. You start to worry about how fresh this team will be going to Stamford Bridge a bit later. In a conversation, one of my mates said something that I tend to agree with. And that rotation is becoming a headache. And if Slot gets it wrong again with his selection, that's what I'm referring to here, then we could see the same mistakes that cost us in Turkey. Then we've conceded sloppy goals. The defense has been shaky at times, leaving gaps. And that also tells me that the midfield isn't doing enough to shield the defense at the back. But it also lets me know that communication between the goalkeeper and the defense also hasn't been as sharp as it could have been. And now we see that Alisson is out injured, and up comes Mamardashvili. And hopefully, he's not going to run into some of those problems, and he'll be able to have that good communication. Hopefully, we can see that midfield. But that has been a problem for Liverpool. And Chelsea, for all their problems, still have players who can punish these lapses. Whether it's Jackson running the channels or the midfield pressing high. So if we are to lose at the back, we'll be punished again. Let's be real. Stamford Bridge hasn't always been a happy hunting ground for Liverpool. Chelsea fans will see this as the perfect time to pile on more misery on Arne Slot. The pressure is on. Arne Slot is still new to the Premier League and has to prove that he can steady the ship. This isn't about tactics. It's about managing the occasion. Okay, so let's flip things and look at some of the reasons why I still feel optimistic for this Liverpool team. And number one is Arne Slot's honesty and also his tactical adjustment. In that press conference, Slot admitted where things went wrong. He didn't just brush it off, and I really like that. He acknowledged the issues, and that's a good sign. If it means that he's learning. And, another thing that I think it also suggests is that Slot is aware of the challenges. So he's going to bring in some tweaks, whether it's tightening up the midfield or whether it's adjusting some of the fluidity that we see through the midfield or the play up front, or how we utilize players like Wirtz and Salah. I'm confident that him acknowledging that there are errors and tactical adjustments are needed tells us that we might see a very different Liverpool team in this match against Chelsea today. The second positive for me is that the quality is still there. Let's not forget that this squad has massive quality. Even in the defeats, there were moments of brilliance, like McAllister's ball possession, for example, and his progression with that. Szoboszlai's energy. I'm thinking of players like Frimpong and his movement, even players like Rio and his movement. Ekitike, fantastic to see. And I know he's been in training. So these are definitely weapons at the disposal of Arne Slot and Liverpool. And if Salah finds a bit of sharpness, or if Wirtz grows into the game, I think we can see and expect to see something fantastic. Let's not forget that Chelsea also have vulnerabilities, and I think the front line of Liverpool is well capable of exploiting their weaknesses. The third thing I'm optimistic for is that this gives an opportunity to rebound. And sometimes football gives you exactly the game you need. And this is one of them. Chelsea away, and all eyes are on us, on Liverpool. And big question marks around the manager and the squad and how they're going to respond. And if Liverpool go there and get a result, it shifts the entire mood around the club. And Slot knows this, and he's planning for that. And he knows exactly what a win here is going to mean for the morale, not only of the players, but of the fans and the club at large. And I believe that that is going to be a powerful motivator to get us to that rebound. So yes, I see the red flags, the fatigue, the defensive issues, the pressure of Stamford Bridge. They're all there. They're very real, almost tangible. But I also see a Liverpool team with quality, with a manager who's learning quickly and with a perfect stage to bounce back. Do I think they can win? Absolutely. But it will come down to whether Slot gets his selections and in-game management right. That's going to be so, so important. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Will Liverpool get the job done at Chelsea, or are we in for more pain? Write that in the comments. Smash a like on this video. Come along on the journey, subscribe to the channel. We are building a community. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and the points that I've raised, thank you so much for watching this far. And as always, up the Reds.